What is going on, guys, and welcome to a brand new video. And today we're here for RL Global once again, and we're at Bahrain Short. Not a great track, I will admit, not one of my favourites, but we're here anyway. And once again, this is going to be almost PSGL practice. If you don't know, PSGL is probably the biggest league on PC at the moment, and this RL Global League, or Racing Liga, has been basically created as a league to basically practice for. Because it's mainly a PS4 league, but they decided, as there was interest, they'd make a PC league. So yeah, we're here on the medium tyre in short quali. That's the only difference compared to PSGO. It's short quali, not full quali. And at Bahrain Short, the alternative strategy of starting on the medium tyre is ridiculously OP. So if you saw before, we did set a softs lap, but we actually invalidated it just to get a delta. For this mediums lap, because we do not want to start in the top 10 by any means. So yeah, we're on a mediums lap now. It's not been great, if we're totally honest. I mean, it could have gone worse, but it's just not going to give us sort of time to be able to get into the sort of top 10 area. So we come across the line. It's a 58.4, and that leaves us P17. I think pole will eventually be about a second or 9 tenths quicker than that. So we do need to improve. As you can see there, P11 is a 57.828. And obviously if you start P11 or below, you get to choose your tyres. So this is our final lap here in the quali session, and I'm driving purely to do a 57.8 flat, basically. Because I know that's the current P11 time. I don't want to risk going any quicker than that, just in case I get P10, because that will ruin the whole race. So I'm driving purely to get a 57.8 to get as close to P11 as I can, so we get a fresh set of mediums for the race. So as you can see here, we're 3 temps up. It's an okay first sector, to be fair, but not on the limit at all, just getting a safe time in. Just turning a bit early there, so not getting it beautifully done, but once again I'm not pushing to like 100%. Because I am just driving to get this time in of a 57.8. Yeah, because I think it's an 8.28 at the time. P11 is when I went out. That's what it was. And as you'll see here, I'm literally driving to that. So we're currently 6 temps up on a 58.4. That is going to put us pretty much at the time we need for P11. And there we go, 57.8 dead. We do slot down to P14 in the end. As you can see, it's quite close. I think we could have gone maybe 700ths quicker, but look at that. There's 3 thousandths between P10 and P11. We just would never really want to risk that. And we got out qualified by 1,000th as well. So we got kind of as close to P11 as we could safely. I think P14 is still a good place to start, considering we're going to have the medium tyre. And I know there's a few medium runners.
Practice is on 50%, 100% soft tyres.
Cheers, Jake. As I was saying, we know there's a few medium runners in front of us, but we should be able to pass them. So here we go. 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go. And we get, compared to Dylan Moore next to us, a good start compared to the guys in front of us. Just a normal start. So we do gain a position going into turn 1. But we're actually going to have a car on our inside and our outside. We get hit. And we ghost. And this is kind of sneaky, but as I'm ghosted, I'm going to take advantage of this and just go through a couple of carts. So in fact we gain a few positions. You could say it's a bit cheeky, but I'm going to do it considering I need to get as much of an advantage as possible. And I literally got hit. So yeah, that is that. We're into P11 now. We're second in terms of medium runners. It's just Andy in front of us.
There was no major contact made.
And so far we just want to make sure we don't lose our wing, because the soft runners are going to be quicker than us at the moment. There's no point really fighting too hard at the moment, just keep position. We're not going to try and make our way through the pack. We can do that later on when we're on the soft tyre.
I can't believe it. Oh, they are training the ERS behind.
What am I looking at?
Yeah, Louis had damage, I think.
So yeah, the first lap was pretty decent, and as you could hear there, the guys
Did you
in
make
the
Nico use a lot
Discord
of the RS
call,
there?
Yeah.
people are using a lot of their ERS, which is quite annoying to defend against, because you're just trying to save the ERS, and people behind like this are just using their ERS. Obviously nothing wrong with doing that, but it's a bit annoying. I think Ruben here he was on the soft tyres, and he kind of caught me out, to be fair. But he was
Who
one
is
of the
it,
guys I
Ruben?
didn't mind passing me because he's on a different tyre
I think I might just
strategy
let him
anyway,
go.
so I didn't really
No,
defend
no,
it at all.
depends if he attacks me.
So we do lose
What
a position
the
to a
fuck
soft
just
runner.
happened?
But as you
My
can hear
throttle's
there,
stuck.
Why take OP?
SRT left it in the party, or Discord call. His throttle basically got stuck
My
open,
throttle's stuck, man.
so there is a safety
Can we go
car.
on hard?
No.
And
Oh,
yeah,
mate, Danny's won.
this doesn't really help us at all because it means people
He's
can
just
go
gonna
on the
be right
hard
behind
tyre.
us now.
And as
Need
you
to
can
go slower,
see,
Jake.
a lot of people did pit.
Yeah, 5 laps of fuel.
And we didn't pit, of course, because we were on the medium tyre. So this really does split up the strategies, and it doesn't really help us
That's
at
why you
all.
needed to go slower.
Because the hard runners are now basically
Just save cars
a pit
miles
stop ahead of us.
I know,
Because they're going to
but
be right
you
on the
needed
back
to
of
be,
us.
like, all the way in to get full throttle. It
As
actually worked for you 'cause,
we had a little
Nico
look
got
on
screwed.
Andy, but of course you can't nowadays overtake before the start-finish line, where it was the safety car line before, which I think is a bit weird. I don't know why that is a thing now. But yeah, of course we couldn't just make the move. So we are still P2 on the medium runners. There are a few soft guys still out in front. I think to be honest, they're quite screwed because the hard
If
guys
it works.
are a pit stop basically ahead, and they're not going to get held. Moving on now,
Probably
Check in
should.
the DRS,
we are
please.
behind Ruben
Go
Pedrena,
past,
who's
please, don't. If
one
you
of the
pull
soft
right, I'm
runners.
not-
As Jake, as you can hear in the
I'm gonna
background, is
pass.
really angry
I
about
will stick it in lean, fully in lean, if he doesn't overtake me.
about Nicholas Matteo just sticking behind him, saving his ERS. But now moving on, I think
Won't
some of
be
the soft
advanced
guys
into the pits.
pitted. And sorry about all these guys just talking in the party the whole time. It's a little bit annoying, I can see that. As we're defending from Danny Moreno behind, who's,
Why are people
think-
just killing each other?
I think,
What,
you
why are you
had
standing behind
Dario,
It's very
Iamello
short, man. That's what
behind,
people do.
who was really quite aggressive this race. And
What, who can murder the one?
we do keep the position. So, yeah, now we're in P2 because the other soft guys pit. And I think we're going to have a little look now on Andy. So, I think the lap before,
Ugh.
the guys behind us got quite close. And now we're
Antoine,
going to
you're
have
the
a
guy who
little
lives in
look
Paris. He doesn't like Paris, right?
on Andy
Eh?
into turn
You
1.
live in Paris, but you don't like the team.
Nope.
Awesome.
But do you want to...
You just gotta
And that is us into P1 now. Moving on a lap or two later, Andy is under threat from
Is that
Dario
sure?
behind,
I
who's
didn't
actually on
say
fresh
something,
mediums.
what
He
did you
pitted
say?
under the
I'll
safety
get
car from
right-
medium, so
I'll
his
wait for
tyres
me
are
to
going to
get
give him a
bit
lot more
more
grip.
ERS, and I'll
And
get
he's going to
right
go
behind you, and
straight
then
down
we'll
the
go for
inside of
double
us. I think it was a bit of a opportunistic move, and if we didn't see him,
just close the gap a bit.
Why is
well,
Eddie,
we
you
were
know, so
we were
what's
losing
happened
our wing basically. So, yeah, it's an interesting move. Fair enough, he got it done, but I wouldn't have maybe gone for it. But yeah, as you can see, we're on lap 34 now, and I wanted to pit maybe this lap or even the lap before, but I stayed out so I didn't get held. And Dario's pitting. He had 10 lap fresher tyres than us, so
Where's
we've gone
Liam
out
from?
longer
Go.
with
Yeah.
more worn tyres basically. So we are going to be undercut by quite a big margin. So
Have him!
we're really going to have to
I'm
hope we
gonna
don't get
have him.
held, but I don't think that's going to be very likely, as we were the last car to pit basically. And now we're going to drop down to maybe even
We're
P13, maybe even P14. And yeah, I think to get a good result from here, it's going to be very hard, as we've got to make up 12 positions or so to even get into the fight for the lead. So moving on now to lap 45, we did catch up to this
Hard
little
runners
pack of
did a
medium runners
slower lap that time.
with Dario, who's also involved.
They did a 0.2.
As you can see, yeah, Nico is really struggling for rear
I
grip.
think Liam's realised that he can't
But
break the RS. So
what's
he's
going to
just
happen up
managing
here
the
is
pace of it.
Dario and Jake, you heard Jake kick off, but they're going to have a bit of an incident. Dario launches up the inside of
That's
Jake,
outrageous.
I'm gonna do the same.
and
one.
yeah, it wasn't a very clean move on Jake, but Jake definitely
You will
does
see what balls.
pay him back here.
Have a bit of that. I'm so sorry. No, that's so bad. That is so bad. That is. I'm so sorry.
What have you done?
No. He's absolutely murdered him. No,
That is
no.
so bad.
That's a race, man. That's a race, man. Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Go on, Joe.
Oh,
Oh my god.
And in all of that, we've gained 3
oh,
positions so far, but Dario's not done.
that is
He
so
is
bad
going
from
to
me.
have a little look
That is
on Nico. He doesn't
amazing.
get a move done on us, thankfully, but we're now up into P9.
I just
and,
I don't know how to be that.
Now
aggressive
moving on,
and
we're going to
shoving
overtake
people off the
Antoine
track
here on
and
lap
leave
47.
You don't hit Pete. You don't hit. The
And
next
now
one
we are
straight
really
off,
in
then
a
you're not
prime
finishing the
position to
race.
maybe fight for this race because the
Oh,
hard
no,
runners
it's-
ahead, they're going to be slow towards the end of the
Wait,
race. I'm on
Darius coming
fresh
back?
softs, the freshest tyres on the
He's
grid.
fuming.
And a few laps later we have caught some hard runners.
Not having
Not the
I'm
main
getting
pack
there,
of hard
bro.
runners, but as you can see
I'm
already,
getting
they're really struggling with grip compared to us. We just have so much more
You can do.
grip from the softer compound and the fresher tyre. I think the hards are almost 40 laps old now, and
I'm getting murdered, bro.
our tyres are about 10 laps old, 15 laps old if that. Which for 100% race, which what this is,
He just wants to have you.
He
is
doing
not
the
very bad
best
at all.
of his life.
And skipping on a few corners later, we are on the back of Julian here, another hard runner. And
That's
once we get past
No,
him,
he's
it's
not.
only about 3 seconds really to the
He
main
didn't
pack
use
in
any
front of us,
overtake,
which
and he's
with
backed
7
off
laps
as
to
well,
go
so
is
sure.
definitely catchable. We're currently in P6, which goes to P5 as someone pits. And now on lap 52, we have caught the main pack. We've got Shizu Yari in front of us, and I don't think he's going to make it too hard for us to get the position at all. He doesn't use any ERS. He's not making it easy, but he doesn't defend, and we can just go straight up the inside. Cautiously, so we don't run into any of the guys in front, and we get the position done. Just
nice
about
one.
on the exit of turn 2.
It's one down.
And we are now into P4, and this race win is definitely looking on. As we got Ruben Vallejo in front of us
Got so much ERS.
in the Alpha Tauri, as
He's probably going to try and overtake.
these guys are battling very hard indeed. So we just got to make sure we don't get any damage or anything like that, because that would really ruin our race from this stage, so we can really win. But as you can see, I see a gap here. Ruben Vallejo doesn't cover the inside, then he just turns in on us. We get the position, but he just turned in on us, and that was a bit
Oh, he's using
rude of
all
him.
his ERS. He's using all
Think of it
of
what you want, but he uses all of his ERS and almost drives straight
Yeah,
into us.
PC driving standards.
We get him on
That's
exit, but he just
crazy.
drives into us yet again, and he hit off front
He's come
left
back into the pit lane. It's Ruben.
side of the car, and I can confirm I got light green damage from that. So as I was saying, we don't need damage. This guy gives us damage, and as you can see, he's just pushing us wide here. Not very clean driving at all, and you'll see in PSG he does sort of the same thing. So it's kind of a common theme with this
He's
guy.
a
But
rocket.
as you can see here, we weren't very quick in a straight line when these guys are using their ERS, but now on lap 55, they're going to be battling into turn
They
1.
all just use
and
so much ERS.
on the softer compound, we still do have the advantage, even though we do have wing damage.
Nice.
We're going to get one car here. That's Liam, who got kind of forced out, really. And yet again,
Yeah.
Ruben Vallejo driving his competitors off the track. And we are going to get
Pablo.
Joglar maybe into this corner. We're side by side with him. We're going to have the extra grip round the outside of the corner. We are in to P2 now, and this race win is looking ever more likely as the tyre advantage is really starting to show, even with the wing damage. So yeah, now we have one more car to go. It's Ruben Vallejo, so we just got to make sure we get this move done cleanly. We've seen the antics that's happened
at 20.
previously, and we just need to make sure that doesn't
Should
happen
be
again.
able to have one.
And we are going to do this right here. We get an okay exit, a bit of wheel spin. We're going to use some of our overtake just to kind of
not
help us
using any.
along. And he's not using any overtake. He doesn't make it too hard, and we go straight into the lead. I think he kind of realised at this stage I'm on 2 steps softer compound, and he didn't really fight it from there on. But now we are in the lead of this race, and we're skipping on to the last lap of this race. We've built over a second-half gap, and surely we are going to win this race in RL Global. From P14, I think it was, we come across the line to win. So finally, that is our first league racing win on PC. I know there weren't the big guys like Jarno Otmir in here, but I think this is still a pretty good grid to win against, and that actually puts us in the lead of the championship of RL Global. As you can see there, somehow we're in the lead. You didn't see Mexico because it was pretty much a shambles of a race, but we are leading the championship. Can you believe that? So thank you guys for watching. I hope you do enjoy this video. Leave it a like, of course, subscribe if you're new, and yeah, I'll see you guys very soon for a new PSGL video, which was at the same track with all the big guys, and it was actually quite a decent result in the end for PSGL. So yeah, goodbye for now, and peace.